Good morning. Today's Monday. It's a new week. Today's Monday. It's a new week. It's hot as hell in my crib right now. That's because I haven't turned on the air conditioner yet. It's approximately 4:30 in the morning, give or take a few minutes. Um, Today, I say to myself, I don't want to keep putting up videos, but I really feel um, the spirit moving me to say some things, and been noticing lately, especially because I just reading the feedback or the timeline on Facebook that I have personally, and I noticed that there's a lot of issues in regards to relationships right now. Plus, I have my own, whether it's family, friendship, whether it's our loved one, a spouse, relationships. So I decided this morning I'm going to take a few minutes to address, just off the top of my head, relationships. Relationships, the best type of relationships to have are relationships where they add to you as a person. When I say they add to you, they could actually add to you in many different ways. The opposite is relationships that suck from you or take from you. Because if someone's not adding to you, they're taking away from you. There's no middle ground. A relationship between a couple, each one should be adding to the other. There's gonna be bad days like there's gonna be good days, but in general, your partner should be adding to you as a person. Your partner should be adding to your emotional stability or happiness. They should be adding to your finances. They should be adding to your encouragement and ultimately goal accomplishment, helping you accomplish your goals. You should be doing that for each other, okay? Some of the worst relationships I've seen is where the couple is so competitive that one person gets mad if the other one succeeds. The other one makes it their mission to stop the other one from moving forward or from getting ahead in life. Almost like instead of adding to each other, they're almost like jealous of each other, and they're creating their biggest roadblocks from one another. Instead of facilitating, they're straight up prohibiting, and in a bad sense. That's a relationship you don't want to be in. First step, communication. If something's going on like that, you want to have an honest communication typically early in the day where the tempers are down, the day's activities are down, intoxication is not that much of an issue. Have an open communication during the day, a sit down. Oh, yeah, you know what? We should address some issues that we have because we're growing and we're going further in life. And I just want to make sure we clear some things up. There's nothing better than honest communication that's respectful because it can help fix stuff with someone that's worth it, right? Once you try that a couple of times and it only gets worse, the unnecessary step in bettering your life at times is to reposition yourself. What does that mean? It's not cut and run, no matter what other people say or what the haters say. You're not abandoning, like certain things are abandonment, but certain times in life, we have to readjust ourselves. I'll give you an example. You have a son and a sibling. Let's say his sister. Let's say the brother and the sister live in the same area. They share the same friends. However, they're so competitive and jealous of each other that you have one of them that's trying to get better working, going to school, saving money. You have another one that likes to party, brother and sister, and they all have the same friends. So when the partier gets with the friends, they do nothing but talk nonsense about the one who's doing straight. The one who's doing straight got a couple of loyal followers and friends, and it's always a conflict. Okay, after you communicate with your sibling enough times about the beef that y'all got, now it's time to reposition yourself. What does wisdom tell you? Because we ask for wisdom. Wisdom gives us guidance from early in the morning. God says what through Solomon, and we did an entire month in a week study on the entire book. Seek wisdom. By wisdom, rulers, kings, princes, emperors, they make their decisions via wisdom. Wisdom preserves their power. It gives them the ability to make these decisions and then to remain in power. So we are the leader of our life. And here I have a sibling that's talking bad about me, that's being destructive. Wisdom, what should I do? Okay, it's time to reposition yourself, right? What you want to do is maybe perhaps move away a little bit. Cordially sit down with your sibling and, hey, this is what's going on. And since we can't resolve it, I'm not abandoning you. I'm not leaving you. I'm just going to go ahead and move to this area so that you can have your peers and you can live your life. And I can have my life in a little more privacy so that we could both accomplish the goals that we want in life. You see, everything is about communication. If you choose your words carefully, it's always love, even when it hurts, even when it seems like, man, it's if you communicate properly, it's always going to be received and it cannot be denied. So then you reposition yourself. You ain't retreating or running. You address the issue. It couldn't get clear up. Now I'm not abandoning my family as far as my brother or sister. I'm gonna go and move to this side of town. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up my privacy so that I can communicate and concentrate at work and give me my pay raise and make some power moves that I gotta make in my life because I can't be slowed down by gossip and other activities that third parties engage in. You can be, but I'm not gonna allow it to happen to me. Because unfortunately, that's how the world works. We could be trying to get ahead and trying real hard, but when we're affiliated or oh that's from the Diaz household. Oh, those are Gonzalez's or those are Williamsons and stuff like that. Unfortunately, until people get to know who you are as a person, they're gonna judge you based upon your name or what you look like or what your industry is. So you really have to stand out, and sometimes you got to stand alone. Once you lock yourself down and you figure out what's good for you and you start being fruitful with it, and there's nothing wrong with spending time alone, with getting to know who you are and getting to accomplish some goals because a lot of times there's a lot of distractions between social media and believe it or not, sometimes we do care what other people say. It bothers us or it affects us. Sometimes we gotta leave the social media for a little while or reduce the number of friends that we've got. Especially like I honestly I hit the 30-day snooze when I see a good friend of mine post some really bad stuff or stuff that bothers me. I'll give them one or two more tries. After that, I'm gonna keep you as a friend, but I'm snoozing all your posts for 30 days. Why? Because when I read what's on my feed, I want it to be productive. And as much as I love you, all you're doing is complaining about your ex lady and how the man got you down and all that shit, but you don't want to go to work. You're not even depressed clinically, but you don't want to go to work. Well, guess what, man? I need a little more motivation and stimulation so I could keep it going. It's one thing to just be on my timeline and say something, but it's another one to be negative and destructive. I love you. I'm not going to end our friendship, but I got to snooze some of these posts you got so that, you're working on yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you got to trim the fat. You got to get rid of a few friends. All in all, my goal speaking right now was to address relationships. So here you go. You got a family relationship, a sibling relationship. You got a relationship, and you have means or tools at your disposal as to how to maneuver yourself so that you can gain success and stay concentrating on your goals and your efforts. Very important that we watch what we put up on Facebook, because sometimes, believe it or not, we know we're having a hard time and we put up some negativity and it just keeps on breeding negativity. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, a hill of snow and a snowball just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. By the time it gets down there, you could have 2 or 3 Frosty the Snowmen. No, you got to just put a hold on it and say, you know what? As much as this might hurt me right now, I might be alone, or as much as uh, I just I've got to focus on me and do me and the kids, or do me and this career move, and just block everything else out. Sometimes our own family members, in the process of trying to do, like trying to look out for us, they ruin opportunities for us. They like they get heavy handed. Look, I don't need you to look out for me. I done lost 2 or 3 opportunities because you know, when they call you as a reference, you just talking for 20 minutes and then you're telling them about my life story. Just yay or nay, that's it. Yeah, they're a good worker and that's it. So now we lost 2 or 3 so sometimes our family, as much as they try to mean well, it works against us. Sometimes, and I'll leave it here, sometimes those that you think are your family are not. They're doing things behind your back to make sure that you don't get where you should be at. Sometimes your family are those that have your back, whether good or bad, near or far. They want the best for you. So anyway, relationships, family. I'm gonna address loved ones, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, spouse. When you're going or you're in a relationship that the result of you being there all the time is hurtful, is hurting you. Sometimes we're scared to let go or to reposition ourselves because we think that the life source of our existence is that person. The truth is that that person is sucking the energy and the life out of you, right? That's what's happening. A lot of times it happens to a lot of us. You might not want to make a move because you might be of the subconscious thinking that bad attention is better than no attention. At least I use that anger and that negativity to get up, and when things are good, we make good love. No, man, I bid you this. Try it. Try to spend some time alone. Try to be alone and meditate and get to know yourself again. Why? Because you might realize that bad love or bad attention is not better than no attention. You might find yourself and discover you, and it might just go really great after that. I'm not talking about, there's sometimes that we have, sometimes we're our own worst enemy. Sometimes the manner of thinking, the things that we're thinking, the things that we want are not truly in tune with what's good for us. That's why I think that Solomon said that the best decisions are made in the multitude of counselors. We make our best decision even to go to war, right? Let alone to reposition ourselves amongst other brethren, maybe professionals, peers, individuals that have like-minded stories. Don't make decisions, major decisions by yourself. If you're making major decisions to restructure, you're thinking about getting on your own or doing this, confide in a couple of people that are trustworthy. Talk to somebody. And then once you know you should make a move or not, act upon it. Knowledge is only half, man. Once you know, you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to relationships and specifically boyfriend, girlfriend, or dating or courtship, whatever it may be, I say this: always try to talk it out first. Always try to communicate first. I mean, always. If you got to go to a professional with your loved one, do it. If at the end it doesn't work out, don't stay there no more. Don't stay there for too long. Stop giving 20 chances and 30 chances in 2 or 3 years when you know this stuff should have been over with a long time ago. Don't be scared to be by yourself. Don't be scared to enter into a new phase in your life. Just make sure that your mind is where it needs to be, because we all know when mentally we're not feeling well. We might not understand the scope of it, but we know even when we're not feeling well, this might be my fault. Maybe I'm going too far into this side. Always get a couple of reliable individuals that you all know to give you feedback. Am I thinking correctly? Is this a move that you would make if you were in my shoes? Listen, and then make the move you got to make. So today is Monday. It's a new week. I pray that you start the week off out the gate super strong. Please, you see this? See that? Jay-Z, I think, had a song like Let It Roll Off Your Shoulders or whatever. That's how old I am now, lame as heck. But that was a cool song. Sometimes you just gotta ignore stuff. Sometimes you know all the way over there, as much as I'm doing here, all the way over there, I'm on the ground. Somebody's stepping on me and my name and my reputation. Or vice versa. As bad as I feel now, somewhere else I'm looking all right, you know. So that's the balance of life. You're up over here, you're down over here. You're up over here, you're down. Listen, who cares? Stop worrying about your reputation so much. Stop worrying about looking good in front of other people and start focusing on you. Stop thinking globally and everybody else everywhere else when you got an issue in your own home. Fix what's in here, fix what's in your community, participate locally, and then everything falls into place. A lot of times we put ourselves everywhere else and we're shambles in here. This is the first temple, the temple of God, right? Our body. Start working on your mind, start working on your being, start working on your home, fix your issues, everything falls into place. So be strong. My point before I say my saludo or my goodbyes is this: sometimes you really got to ignore stuff that's going on in other places. And if somebody on your Facebook timeline reminds you of something that is not comfortable for you, get rid of their friendship or snooze them for 30 days. That's what I do. That's what works for me. And I could care less what's going on in China, what's going on in New York, places I don't even live. If right now I've got to work on me, I try to tune it all out. There's a lot going on in this world. Ignore stuff. If it don't pertain to you, ignore it. If it's somewhere else and it's not affecting you directly, ignore it. Aside from that, have a great week, man. Start off strong, come out the gate strong for our kids, for our loved ones, but most importantly, putting God first for you. You're number one, man. If you can't get it together, you can't help nobody. So keep God first. In the flesh, you're number one. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And do the best that you can so you get everything that you want, man. I love you. Talk soon. Peace.